Hello, my little goblins. I'm afraid to announce Doomsday is here. We have Kashtira full power in the meta, and my goodness, it's gonna be gross. We're gonna go through some games, but first we're gonna go over what Cash got that's so devastating that if you're a little new, you might not know. So the big card is the Cash Cathesis, whatever it's called, Big Bang, and Arise Heart. Those are the and the field spell, but the field spell is limited to one. But the field spell is insane. If this field spell is crazy good for the deck. It's pretty much like the tier limit field spell. Like how good the tier limit field spell is, that's how good this one is. So yeah, we have a lot of cards to counter the mirrors. I expect to play against the mirrors a lot. I'm just gonna give you a little warning. I play against the mirrors a lot. D-Shifter, we'll talk about the deck afterwards in the recap, like cards I would cut or cards I think maybe not worth having in the deck, but and we'll talk more in detail in the recap about why we have certain cards in the deck. If you're wondering why this extra deck looks so funky, it's actually a very standard extra deck that Kashtira plays, because cards, like when you banish cards off Pot of P, you can add these face down banish cards, attach it to the Arise Heart, so you can get them back into the graveyard that way. So if the Arise Heart dies, guess what? Elder Entity and Nentis is going to pop something, or we get the effect on this, or what have you. So we're going to get into some games, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. Hello and welcome to game number 1. We got playing against Kim, and Kim's going to have a very strong opener. They add Ogre. I think Ogre is super outdated now. You definitely don't need to be running it. Definitely don't need to be running that trap. It's kind of poopy. It's just a extra brick in the deck. The deck already has like a lot of bricks. We can be playing something better. So he does end on a pretty strong board, but we have a very good breaking here. So we're gonna imperm our opponent. We're gonna book a moon here, and then we're gonna play Scareclaw, Kashtira. We're gonna activate triple attack, steal the unicorn. We use it to grab Birth. I mean, we're in a very strong position here already, like extremely strong. So here comes Arise Heart. Arise Heart is an absolute. This is a custom card. So every time a card's banished, you get to grab a card that's banished and add. So anytime a card's banished, this is not once per turn. You get to add a card, any card that's banished, to him as material, even if it's face down. So if I banish, let's say this, I can just grab one of my cards over here and add it, which is why this deck's so crazy with Pot of P. You get to add some of these cards, like this makes it pretty much, the card can't be destroyed by card effects, which is a really strong effect and stuff like that. That's how you give it protection. But we're gonna get rid of Shanghai. We didn't have a good way of getting rid of it. We're gonna slurp up his cash card, so he can't summon it off of Birth, and he's gonna scoop it up. Pretty much what was gonna happen there was when Fenrir banishes his Barone, the Barone would give my card another banish stack, and if I was able to go into another 7 and somehow or even if I went like Big Eye, send to graveyard to get banished, I'd be able to add there. I was gonna be able to combo off so I could banish here too. So, because remember, these cards' effects aren't once per turn, they're custom cards. Thank you. Alright, we're here, game number 2. I just want to correct, the banish effect is once per turn, it's just not a hard once per turn. Like the card, the banish where I can banish something on the field, that's like a soft once per turn. So if I had like, if I was able to bring it back or something, or summon another one or something like that, I'd be able to do it. But we're going to be comboing here. We're going first, so this is a basic combo, if you guys were wondering. I mean, this is the strongest combo because we got the Planet Wraith Cell too. But you go Unicorn. Unicorn can grab the this, or if you have Fenrir in hand, you can grab the other card. You can grab the continuous spell. Then you search the Rise Heart. Rise Heart is going to banish Big Bang. Big Bang lets you get a card off of this as material, and we get the lock, boom boom, and then you go into Rise Heart. This is a misplay, by the way. I just want to point this out. I don't know why I did. I think this was early on in me playing. I think I was just clicking to see what I could do with it. But I should have used just this card over here, so I can have Fenrir. So I can have Fenrir and then use this to summon Unicorn. Instead, I kind of it was a really big stupid mistake. So here we go. I have to summon Fenrir now. He goes into his own Arise Heart because remember, our Shangri-Ira triggers his side of the field too, so he can go into Arise Heart. So now he's gonna go into Zeus. Alright, the banish effect adds, so he goes into a 3-mat Zeus. We have Imperm, so here we go. Boom. And it's pretty much GG from here. Triple Tactics, I'm gonna banish his Zeus before Triple Tactics gets me, so he can't use the effect. And then we go into Unicorn, and we pop my own Unicorn. We pop our own Arise Heart, just so I can use the Maxi that's in my hand, and he's just gonna GG. So yeah, pretty easy. So that's the awkward thing too. Arise Heart is a Macrocosmos, so you technically it feels like you don't want to play Max C, and maybe there's a world where you don't, but like going second, Max C just makes these games way easier. Much easier to navigate. Alrighty, we're here with game number 3, and my opponent's going to Max C me immediately. I have Call By though for it. I think Maxi is still going to be a must. Like, even though like you do, it kind of bricks yourself a little. I still think it's a must because drawing that many cards, it pretty much negates your opponent's turn. So my opponent Maxi'd me, then Imperm me, and then they're going to Ash me. I mean, it is what it is. Expect it. Then he's going to Triple Tactics Thrust. Pot of Pete. You might be thinking, how do you win this, Fatsoid? Your guess is as good as mine. And he gets Unicorn. I just want to point out, this is like the best opener you can have is Unicorn, because he just searches for whatever he's missing. So I do this. So this is a little cheeky play. So I was playing once he does Birth, because I was thinking in my head, if he gets Birth, he's a greedy bitch, right? Because I have my Birth. I was just waiting for him to use Birth so I can banish, so that triggers Shangri-Ira, and then my field spell triggers, and I can pop his Birth. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So he pops his Birth, he banishes a card, he goes into a Rise Heart. Now the only right play he could have done was use a Rise Heart, attack into my Shangri-Ira, and then go Zeus. But he decides not to do that. And this is the only reason why I think I actually come back and win. Even with the Big Bang gone, I pop his card, Fenrir activates, I have Rise Heart, and it's already GG. I mean, he's super dead. Again, this is just me trolling at this point, but you should use for your Rise Heart, you should use this card here, right? Because this card can attack and defense. So it actually is like an extra 2,900 damage that you can summon off of this card, which is actually kind of cool because it summons it in defense, but this can attack in defense, which is pretty neat. But I had enough damage right here, so that was really GG. Alright, here with game number 4. Dude, the recap is going to be nuts. I'm going to explain what went on with this deck. But I'll just tell you a little snippet here. This deck is insane. Like, we lost 3 games out of like 25 maybe. We climbed from D5 to D1. I was going to climb the Master 5 for the video, but it was already getting late with it's already like 7 a.m. as of recording this. So I wanted to make sure I get this out ASAP for my friends out there. So I end up, so this is like really bizarre. I Book of Moon this guy, he tribute summons Magma Hut. Magma Hut only triggers off of special summon, so that's pretty nice. Goes into Chaos Ruler, I Imperm the Chaos Ruler. KK, cool. Hits me for a fat 3k, or 3,100. I draw Pot of Desires. He has the Ash, but I have the Cross out because I'm better than him. And thank the heavens that I did not banish. I didn't banish all my Ashes. He goes in the Baron. and I have to just bait out Baron Negate, and this is like super awkward, but my opponent, I banished all my Kashtira births, so yikes for me. So we just add another one, thin out the deck. He's gonna bring back Fenrir. I'm gonna banish, get rid of the Baron because Baron's really annoying. And now I'm just gonna droll him, so this should stop him from comboing. He's not gonna be able to do anything now. Here comes Fenrir. This top deck Fenrir is actually really nice. When I was on Discord with people, I was just like saying I need Fenrir or it's probably gonna be a GG. But here we go. We get Reinhardt. The only reason I'm saying GG because like no matter what I summon, like if I got Unicorn, it would have been fine too, because I could have just killed his card. But the main card I couldn't get was Reinhardt. Like that was the worst one I could get because I would have to use its effect, and then it just gets banished, right? So alrighty, this is gonna be the 5th and final game against Pearly, and our opener is pretty good. We find Unicorn, that's all we need. I'm gonna tell you this right now. We get impermed. This is definitely worth Book of Mooning this, especially when you have 2 Book of Moons. But it is a little awkward. Yeah, maybe it wasn't worth Book of Mooning it. Because, like, I could have just... The thing is, it's really nice having Birth. Yeah, I think it's worth getting it, especially since my opponent's playing Pearly. It's definitely, like, way worth it, because this card is really crazy against Pearly. But the problem is I shotgunned this way too early. It was late night. I haven't slept. You guys have to forgive me. But look, this guy's gonna use my friend Pearly. He adds some spells. Boom, boom, boom. So here I end up using Birth when you... Realistically, there's no reason I ever should Birth here. There's no reason. Because Fenrir is going to deal with this card. It's going to banish it. I should be saving this for the next time he uses something. Like, realistically, unless your opponent opens, like, I don't know, like, evenly match or something, you should poop on them if you have Birth out. Because just banish as many Pearly cards as you can with it. So now he adds a card here, and since he added the field spell, I have to Book a Moon. If I do not, he just turns. I won't be able to target it. And then he goes into Pearly. So this is the greediest shit I've ever seen, because he still could have went into the Black Cat, and the Black Cat still had Delicious in the graveyard, and then he could have Zeused and won the game. But instead, this guy's a monkey, and he's like, oh yeah, let me do this. And the only reason he had an option to win this game, right, was because I messed up with my spell. I should have waited. So if I waited, I don't think he would have had an option. But I gave him an option by shotgunning. Hello and welcome to the recap. If you guys enjoy this type of content, subscribe to the channel. Helps us out greatly on our road to 10K. And also join our Discord. Our Discord's lit. We host tournaments every Friday, so look out for that. And I just wanted to say, sorry about the replays. I know, like, some of them were good, but, like, it was really hard to get replays because once you start comboing with this deck, people just scoop. They just leave the game because they know there's no hope. As you can see, almost every time my opponent's seen that I was unicorning into, like, Shangri Era with Reinhardt to activate, they just scooped up because now they're going to have to deal with Macrocosmos. This card's super annoying. And if you use Pot of P, a Reinhardt can add a card that can add the Infinity Check Goliath to it, so it can't even die by card effect. It's like super oppressive, in my opinion. I played against some people who I played against someone playing Karma Cannon, and even that didn't even do that much. We were still able to play through it, and we won the game. But it wasn't a very interesting game, you know what I mean? That's why I didn't show it. This deck's nuts, though. The deck's crazy. If you guys are wanting Change of Heart, I was thinking about playing 2 Change of Heart. We'll talk about the deck in detail right now, right? First, I think the hand trap ratio is fine. I like it because of Crossout Designator. Nibiru is good. The only thing I would say was iffy was the shifters. Because if you play the mirror non-stop, shifter just is a dead card in your hand. Like, if you're playing the mirror non-stop, shifter's just a dead card. Unfortunately. But that's just how it is. The thing is, shifter against other decks, though, free win. Like, there's a lot of decks out there. Like, I played against someone who was playing Dark World. And I just, like, I didn't set up, I couldn't set up, like, he had a lot of interruption. But, if I just shifted him, he would have just lost the game right there. So, there's some decks that just get absolutely annihilated by this. Now, you guys might be saying, hey, Fatzoid, what are you, why aren't you playing Triple Tactics Thrust? Are you just telling us this card's nuts? Yes, this card is nuts. This card's very good. But, it's not that good. It's okay in this deck, at best. It might be decent. It might be decent. The thing is, you'd be using this in the deck just for your going second. Because going first is not a very good card. Like, if you're going first, it's not going to really do that much. Because it sets the card and you can't activate it the turn it's set. And realistically, the card we want to be searching is probably Pot of P. So it's a bit unfortunate. That being said, if you're going second in the mirror match, Change of Heart's really crazy. I know people play Enemy Controller. I like Change of Heart better, to be honest. Triple Tactics Talent's really good. So, but the thing with Triple Tactics Talent, your opponent has to activate in the main phase. And I'm going to tell you this right now. People are not being as stupid as they used to be. People do not play that much in the main phase. I know in my matches, like climbing from in Diamond, like it's already 10 days into the season. It's really not that high rated anymore. You would think people wouldn't be playing around it, but everyone was playing around Triple Tactics talents. But the thing is, it's pretty impossible to play around Thrust. So Thrust could be good. If I were gonna reevaluate this, I might do something like this. Like, damn. Like, if you wanted to make the deck way better at going second, something like this might be interest you. You play double Change of Heart, or you can even just replace it with Enemy Controller. It's whatever. And the thing about Enemy Controller that's good is if you Triple Tactics Talent someone, and then, like, if you take their monster with, like, Big Eye or something like that, and you have no way of getting rid of their card, you can use Enemy Control to attribute their monster to take your opponent's card, another card that they have. So it is a good board breaker that way. But this would be like more, maybe if you get really unlucky with coin flips, going second more. This might be more your speed. Because like I said, this is a really strong card for you to be able to grab whatever you need with it. And this card automatically triggers off of like someone else's Shangri-Ira. So if they have Shangri-Ira or Rise Heart, like I said, the weakest thing to this deck, right, is probably Zeus. Because if they're able to Zeus you and you don't have a good answer for it, you're probably going to lose that game. Now, smart players will make sure you'll never have the opportunity to do so. But there could be an opportunity that it's very easy for someone to go into Zeus, like especially if they're playing cash. Like you activate your Shangri-Ira effect, and then okay, Zeus is online. No, now they can just go a Rise Hot off of any cash card they summon, and then go into Zeus. So it's not the most difficult thing in the world. If you guys are wondering why Utopic Draco Future is, I tried to get footage with it, but the whole purpose of that is with Big Eye. You can Big Eye, steal their Shangri-Ira, and then use their Shangri-Ira and your Big Eye to go into Utopic Future and then Draco Future. So that's a pretty sick combo. I think if you guys got that, I would definitely take advantage. Big Eye is going to be really good in the mirror. Big Eye is going to be nuts in the mirror. So don't forget it. Like when you see your opponents targeting, let's say, oh, they're trying to get rid of your Rise Hearts with their cash unicorn effects, they're stupid. I don't want to be mean, but they're dumb because they're gonna lose to Zeus, or you're gonna big heart and just take their Arise Heart. I mean, this card technically, if it has 3 materials, can just pop itself or banish itself, but then you just outed the card. So, or you can just take their Shangri-Ira. That's another really annoying card for them to take. Another thing that you might want to think of is playing Shangri-Ira at 3. Because you definitely, like, if your opponent starts targeting them, it is annoying because this card is kind of like the focal point of the deck. Overall, though, very, very, very strong deck. No matter what you do with it, you're going to be pretty happy with it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I think this is the new best deck in the format. I don't think there's anything close. I could be wrong, but I think it's definitely, it's a very, very strong deck. If Pearly's tier 1, this is tier 1, right above it or right at the same level. I like to think it's above it, but maybe it's, I don't know. It does have like a little bit consistency issue in the sense that Pot of P is limited to 1, and the TCG Pot of P was at 3. When this was at full power, the field spell and this was at 3, and they had the terraforming. But I'm telling you right now, this deck is really, really powerful. So watch out for it. And if you guys don't know what to do, look at my last video. My last video will help you with some cards that you should put in your deck to mess these guys up. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this deck like a 10. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. For fun, it's fun to play. I'm not going to lie. It is a fun deck to play. Not fun to play against. But I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Maybe it's a 9 point. Yeah, I'll give it a 10. It's really, really, really good. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you didn't, well, screw you. And goodbye.